All right. So this one, it ain't. I don't see it too. There's a whole bunch of shit. I ain't gonna go through all that today. You know, but suppose SNL. They've been corny, stale for who knows how long, last 8 years or whatever. But anyway, I'll just let this play.
Republican candidate for president, they've all but banned the select. Shut up. This ain't no democracy. Yes, it is. No, it ain't. This is the United States. Your ass belongs to popular Republican candidate for president. They've all. What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Never forget what they stole from you in attempting to dehumanize Donald Trump and not give any oxygen to the extremely popular Republican candidate for president. They've all but banned the celebrity Donald Trump from appearing on late night TV or forever being cast in a comedic or humanizing light on shows like SNL. But a reminder that Donald Trump, well before he ever decided to run for president, was a celebrity, one of the most famous celebrities to walk the earth. Donald Trump is also really, really funny and an enjoyable person, as evidenced. Never ever do that. You have a situation like this for any Democrat running for president, right? No, I've never seen anybody ask Joe Biden to take his dentures out on live TV, and it would be the equivalent. Donald Trump's a really funny and humanizing dude who, like, quite frankly, it's impossible not to like him in moments like this. Now, something amazing has happened on Saturday Night Live, a show that used to have Donald Trump host regularly. Last time Donald Trump hosted Saturday Night Live was nearly 10 years ago. Epic moments like this.
And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
You're a racist!
Who the hell is I knew this was going to happen. Who is that?
Trump's a racist!
It's Larry David. What are you doing, Larry?
I heard if I yelled that, they'd give me $5,000.
Suppose that was 9 years ago. I don't know the exact date of the episode. The reason I'm saying something, I was just watching, is that's the truth. Like they tell us what they're doing right in our face. This was years ago though. So if it was 10 years, it is 2014 or something. Or whatever. I don't know what year it was. I could look it up what year he hosted Saturday Night Live. But all the Smollett, all that, Jesse Smollett, all that shit. And Larry David is funny. What's his name is the last show he was on? Was that on HBO or whatever? But that right there is. Oh yeah, 2015 then. So I guess obviously he hadn't announced. Had he announced he's gonna run for president? Yeah, see, look at this. That's where SNL's down in the dumps. It is not because y'all making fun of Trump. No, it's not. It's literally not funny. Like Nathan Wade being on the run, that is literal funny. But they won't do it. That's, to me, they're professionals. That shit should be so funny. Or if In Living Color was still around, they'd be making fun of that nigga being on the run like that. To some people be racist. Back then, we didn't even think about it as racist. More than likely they make him, or Dave Chappelle, when his show was out in '03, him being on the run. because we make fun of niggas. It's not because you was rich and now you're on the run. It's just he's on the run. Period. And this was 2017. This is after he won the election. You can see, right? So now they gotta make up all this bullshit. I wouldn't have looked it up. I just this is 5 hours. You saw it. Just why I looked it up.
As a businessman, I can fully respect that. That's okay.
We have Donald Trump, okay, so you're yelling at Donald Trump, like one of the arguably worst things you could yell at somebody, right, who's running for president. Donald Trump just absorbs it, owns it, and then they let him in on the joke that all these people are paid protesters, right? This is like a perfect way to actually get around the attack and to neutralize the.
And that is true, they trying to make it. It's kind of like, remember them jokes I never liked. I never said it, and nobody was like, niggas knew better than to say, I'm fucking your girl, or I'm fucking your wife. We seen it in the movies. We seen it, the white boys just do that joke too. But I'm like, I don't play like that. It's not a joke. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, man. Nah, I'm serious. I'm fucking you. Nah, I'm just joking. Nah, but I am fucking your wife, seriously. I'm just joking, man. It's like, nah, bro, don't play like that. But that these babies not similar. Y'all might not see the connection. Just what I'm saying is, and like most of us, like I said, that's how they got away with it. You thought they were joking. You just didn't think, because we didn't realize how that it kind of is like that joke, because motherfucker might be telling you the truth, and you just can't imagine he would do it and your wife would do that, because if somebody joke, he's your friend, so you don't expect, these are your countrymen, you didn't expect them to be fucking traitors like this.
Attack. And so it's really great. They brought Donald Trump and Kamala Harris back last night to Saturday Night Live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is, I think, very well done. Saturday Night Live is receiving plaudits for the way that they have reintroduced America's fun aunt, Kamala Harris, as somebody who's not fun or funny, and somebody who's extremely cringy. Joe Biden is back, played by the legendary Dana Carvey, and Jim Gaffigan is playing Tim Walz, and it's just freaking perfect. Okay, so I got it. Like, first off, I got to start with Tim Walz, because I think this is the brand new character that they've.
I mean, I don't know what this. I barely watch him, but they put him out. What's his name, Benny Johnson. But everybody he's saying, because most of us don't even pay attention. You forgot Saturday Night Live existed, and they just started. It's like they're trying to pump it back up, because they put it in everybody's recommendation this morning. It's like, but everybody he named used to be funny. Maya Rudolph, she's one of the later ones. Dana Carvey was, like I said, we used to say his shit when we were kids, teenagers, Wasn't when he the church lady, Satan, But and then Gaffigan, he was, on his own, he was, funny, but I don't know. I see what they talking about. I mean, it does have the potential to have been funny, but would they let Dana Carvey really be, and Maya Rudolph? I'm just saying, if they give them shit material and rules they gotta follow, then it's not gonna be funny no matter who you put in there.
Just introduced, and it's perfect. Look at this.
Folks, I haven't been this excited since I got a 10% rebate on a leaf blower from Menards. What can I say? I got that BDE, Big Dan Energy. You see what I did there, you did it?
I got it. I didn't want it, but I got
it. Trump and Vance are weird. All right? And they want the government to control what you do in your bedroom and what books you read. In Minnesota, we have a saying, mind your damn business. We also have another saying in Minnesota, my nuts froze to the park bench.
See, they still trying to be safe. That's what I'm like, nah. You know, if they wasn't communists, maybe you could laugh at that, but it's like,
I gotta be honest here, folks. When Kamala Harris called me and asked me to be her vice president, I said, yeah. This is personal for me. I love this country. And as a former teacher, I need the money. This suit is from Costco. It's a Kirkland brand. They make great dog food.
really well done. And then they bring out Biden, played by Dana Carvey.
Really well. It's like that's why I don't watch them. I'm like, yeah, nah.
Legend.
That's right. A lot of people forget I'm president, including me. But guess what? And by the way, I think I did a pretty good job. I passed more bills than any president in history. But folks, we still got work to do, no joke. I'm being serious right now. Come on. Guess what? And by the way, the fact of the matter is, the rich don't pay their fair share. They gotta pay their fair share. We gotta build back better. Build back the better, the better, the better, the better. Build back the better. Can't believe it's not butter.
You can see it's like they're finally.
Yeah, see, Dana ain't scared, I guess. I mean, he's still, you know, because he's making, obviously, Dementia Joe, Sleepy Joe. But he could have went harder and just, you know, like, it just all of a sudden said, you know, like, where am I? Or who, you know, but they still, you know, it's got to be, you know, I don't know, to me, it just ain't go hard enough.
Doing it. They're finally able to make fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I mean, for years, literally, like they refused to make fun of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. You'd have to go to Saudi Arabia, their version of Saturday Night Live, to get skits like this. The most easily mockable administration in American history. You have to fly halfway around the world to get comedians to actually make fun of them. This is how rigged and how cowardly the entertainment profession has become. But they finally did it last night.
Yeah, he's right about that, though. We all know the cowards, because they, you know, they, especially comedians. You're supposed to be, you know, not like Howard Stern. You know, he's shit. You know, whatever is shock jock. But you got, you know, it really, you just tell the truth, especially when, you know, shit is going on. That shit, right. The last couple of years should have been a gold mine for all real comedians.
There's Kamala.
Well, look who fell out of that coconut tree. Well, your fun act has returned. The fun has been rebooted. Too fun, too furious. I am so happy to be campaigning in whatever swing state I'm in, which I will just refer to as Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia. Because I am going to protect your Georgia. My campaign is like the Sabrina Carpenter song, Espresso. The lyrics are vague, but the vibe slaps. And sure, I like to laugh. I do. Well, let me tell you something. If you start talking nonsense to me, I'm going to hit you with one of these. Now, this election is about moving forward. You see, Donald Trump is stuck in the past. But it's like I say to my husband, Doug, when he leaves his phone at the Chili's. We are not going back.
All right, so like, you know, like a little bit of chin music for Kamala Harris, still having to insert the actual propaganda in there. And Kamala Harris doesn't speak that fast. You have to speak twice as slow, effectively, to like get a Kamala. And you also need to use the same words over and over and over again. But I'm sure she'll get it throughout the season. We got
And
30 days to the
words
election.
that don't mean.
Guess what? Says the Saturday Night Live account with 3 million followers. And by the way, Joe Biden is still president. Guess what? And by the way, Joe Biden is still president. Didn't think I'd ever see SNL actually roasting Joe Biden from the account. But now that effectively they're done with him, I guess he's fair game. Jim Gaffigan's Tim Walz on SNL is absolutely perfect. No notes. President Trump getting his treatment on SNL. I mean, what do you expect them to do? Donald Trump going off on they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. I thought this was funny. I think the entire thing is funny. The entire eating the dogs, eating the cats song moment is very funny, and the trend is very interesting and hilarious, and so I don't mind it at all.
I see you trying to leave, but the doors are locked. Come on back, we're having fun. We love my rallies, except when someone does bing bang, bing bing bing, right at me. You know, that happened because of the rhetoric of the radical left. They say that me blaming the Democrats for inciting violence is the pot calling the kettle black. But frankly, I didn't know the kettle was black until very recently. I thought the kettle was Indian. But then he decided to turn black. I miss Joe Biden, oh Joe. We miss Joe Biden, folks, what we wouldn't give to have him stand next to me and be open.
But this other one, this guy says, rack up.
My warning to them. Says this is a warning to the American people. I say, I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct.
And everybody on the minority party, there's some talk.
I say, you know, like I said, they are ramping up. Like I said, they had more, because the local police can't pay these people, you know, to follow me around. That's the feds, you know. And then they got, you know, the fire trucks and all that, and the police cars, sheriffs. They're part of, you know, this joint task force. But they got joint task force to harass me because I won't be a Democrat. But this, you know, like I said, they're ramping up, and like he said, he don't think they're gonna stop.
My warning to them. Says this is a warning to the American people. I say, I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct.
And everybody on the minority party, there's some talk, they're fearing what Donald Trump would do in the next administration, while they sit here and they look at the guy who's been persecuted by the FBI.
Right.
And everybody in the room understands it. Mr. Allen, do you have comments you wish to make? I'll give you about a minute and a half, and then I want to turn the rest of my time to Mr. Jordan.
Sir, I would just say that I consider the hearing today my last act of service as a public servant for the United States of America. And I'll give you my professional opinion. I was an intel professional for our country for many years, and I would give recommendations, and I'd also look at indications and warnings. So I would offer this to the American people as my warning to them.
Before we get into his warning, let me give you some context. This is an FBI whistleblower, and he's telling you the dirt, man. Stand by.
Warning to the American people, I say, I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct.
Wow.
I've been persecuted along with Garrett, Steve and Kyle, and countless other whistleblowers. It is my opinion that the Bureau used reprisal and fear.
Now, some people might say, and even me, ex-military, you know, in my unit, I really, at this point, even with him, I can't totally say he's telling the truth all the way, because remember I told you, you know, you got people, but it's the whole FBI. So but at the same time, he literally could just be mad, you know. He's like, but we all say the whole thing is corrupt. I mean, you still gonna have people who can't even be corrupt, meaning they just can't hang. They can't hang it. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying is, all right, it's up to you. You take it with a grain of salt, you know. I'm like 50-50. He's telling the truth. But, and I know for a fact, that's another thing. I know for a fact what they're doing to people, because they do it to me. So,
to control the workforce.
Of course.
It has been a seemingly effective tactic. I personally believe that there are no current effective checks and balances against them conducting lawless action with any type of correction in a legitimate time frame.
Wow.
I welcome the work of the IG, but I think any type of lawless action, there's no legitimate time frame to rein them back in.
Primarily because most of Congress is compromised. They're holding the goods over the head of the people that are in our legislature.
You know, the way I say it, yeah, they got pictures with little boys. And I guess the girls, you know, that's why they picked hoes and promoted them, AOC, you know, whatever. And the other one, Jasmine Crockett, picked strippers and shit because they know that's what, you know, it ain't even about their past so much. They just know back to the pole you go if you don't do what we say.
That's my personal opinion, you two. That's why they don't do anything.
Your ability to overclassify information can allow them to stonewall forever. To the American people, you have a duty as a citizen to vote, and I strongly urge you to do so. It's how you participate in the American experience. I know people have doubts about election integrity, but you must vote. It is your claim. Stake your claim and don't forfeit it willingly. Have your voice heard.
Wow.
My other recommendations are in the natural order. First, vote. The second is the Second Amendment. Arm yourself and know how to defend yourself. Make 3 to 4 friends in your neighborhood and promise to come to each other's mutual aid in times of hardship. And during the Great Depression, people stocked up a pantry. So I think that's a good practice, especially in our economic times. And make sure you have 3 to 4 months of food.
Holy shit. This guy's got me nervous. And before I finish the video, first, thanks for being here. I'm scared of these guys, to be honest with you. When I've seen what they can do with Crossfire Hurricane, Roger Stone, New York City Mayor, he's part of the club who thinks he'd get raided. The list is long. Peter Strzokin, Lisa Page, Crossfire.
I mean, but he sounds legit, and he's not saying, I mean, you know, just, but he's saying vote. So, like the rest of us, just get out and vote out the old Democrats, you know. But he's saying stock up. And the last one, you know, is this one about Kamala.
Can you please try and explain to me what you interpret by what can be unburdened by what has been? What?
Now, that sounds like nonsense, gobbledygook. But as you listen to the guy, you see
What does that mean?
what it means.
I don't know if I should say. I don't know if I should say.
You know, he thought, but he don't even know if he should say. See what I'm saying? Well, not yet. I ain't explained yet.
There's a line in Marx.
Right there, when he said that's all he had to say. That I immediately understood. She wasn't talking to us. We weren't supposed to understand. She's talking to her communist buddies. That was a basically code word. So it's like, what are they playing? But she is stupid, so she might really think she got everybody fooled with the Trump is racist and mean, that they could win without shenanigans. Or she's saying, you know, don't worry about it. We gonna shenanigan this election too.
Where sometimes you hear certain phrases like a world to win. AOC uses the phrase, we have a world to win, which comes from the end of the Communist Manifesto, originally written in German. It was the name. I used to hang out in the Revolutionary Bookstore in Cambridge, Massachusetts with the communists because they print everything in every language. So if you're trying to learn multiple languages, they'll print the same text in all of these languages and you can compare. It basically says you have to wipe out what has been to arrive in the new.
And where's it from? What can be unburdened by what has been?
It's not a direct translation, but it occurs in Karl Marx. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I could find you the exact reference. If you think about what Mao had to do to wipe out Chinese history, what Pol Pot had to do, you're trying to wipe out memory because the memory has all of this burden. Why is it important to go after doctors and lawyers and teachers and professors? Because in some sense, they are going to resist the new order that you're about to impose. You're looking for a blank slate.
So like a tether to the past.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story I don't know that I've ever told anyone. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I can't promise it's original to you, but I was in Hoi An in Vietnam. Now, I'm going to lose this one. Hoi An is one of the only beautiful places that I found, like Hue and Hoi An. A lot of things were really ripped up in that war. And there is an unbelievable and difficult instrument, which the Vietnamese language is very hard, so I'm going to say it wrong, it would be written as Dan Bao. It's one string and a giant lever, and you pluck the harmonics, and it's supposed to be an intimate instrument, I think sometimes played by the blind, where only the person who is intended is the recipient of the music. Okay. I see this in a window in Hoi An, and I become transfixed by it. And a woman says, I see you looking at this in English. Would you like to come in? And I said, I don't want to impose. She says, no, it's not mine. So she invites me in. And there's this guy who appears to be brain dead. He's like deformed. I'm not going to get through this. And he's speaking very haltingly, and I don't know who he is. And there's something about music, something about journalism, something about a professional. I can't really make out what's happening. I'm asking about the instrument. And this woman brings him a guitar. And this deformed man starts playing some transcript, like Chopin or some piano concerto on the guitar at some incredible level, and I can't even imagine that his body can do it. And so I have no idea where I am or what's happening. And then he motions for like a book, and she brings a book, and it has all of these articles about this man tortured for his principled stand against communism. This man has been destroyed, mind, body, to the point where it's just painful to watch him. And I realized that basically do you know what a nail house is? If you Google nail house under Google Images, do it. Or you can't do it, or you're off the internet.
No, I can do it.
Tell me what you see.
It's a tall building, an individual standalone structure in the middle of a road?
There are these people who will not give up their homes when a shopping mall goes in or a road is put there. And for some reason, they'll build a highway.
You know the name of that. I saw that. It goes around. It's a tall, the road goes around. It goes around, and they built it because they wouldn't move. I mean, I got to finish seeing because I haven't finished watching this. What he's gonna say.
to screw over the person who stands up and says, I will not move. And the idea is that road is the future, unburdened by what has been, and then there's...
the road goes around, it's like a white, Chinese house or whatever. You got red trim on each level. I think it's like 3 stories. I saw it years ago, like 10 years. On the internet, just on the internet.
some holdout who won't go along with the program.
If Kamala Harris is as unsophisticated as we think she is, do we really believe that she is quoting from the dark depths of...
Why do you believe she is as unsophisticated as you have just...
You don't have to be sophisticated to quote communist Marxists. Karl Marx was an idiot. Well, he's not an idiot, but whatever. Like they said, he was the equivalent of a rich kid taking 10 years to graduate a 4-year college. But sounds to me what it means, unburdened by what has been, means they're getting rid of the past and people. And see, that's idiotic. You're doomed to failure if you don't repeat the past. See, they don't like smart, prudent, wise words that stood the test of time. That phrase it sounds like somebody in the comments was saying that it's not Karl Marx. It's probably not. He's an idiot. He's a thief. So he stole something that most people probably hadn't heard, since he was rich. And it says, but that's a good thing. So these idiots don't want to learn from the mistakes of the past. They want to erase the past. That's what they remember, the statues they would turn. Most of us don't care about the statues, just the principle you were trying to start shit. I don't care about a Confederate statue. I lived in Birmingham. I'm pretty sure we got that. That's one I don't even know. I didn't walk by statues downtown. And I guess they were. If we got it's a dude, if I remember, on a horse is still there, unless they tore it down. I don't know, but you don't pay attention to that shit. There's also statues. They built a new museum. The right across the street from 16th Street Baptist Church. The one they blew up. And Condoleezza Rice had a friend died in it, when she was a little girl, but I don't pay attention to those statues either. Totalitarianism comes to citizens with poor discernment skills. But anyway, now it makes sense now. Now that you know what it means. You thought she was just saying stupid shit, unburdened by what has been. Unburdened. We're gonna get rid of the past. And blah 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 blah. And bring in your new. So basically, also you would have to get rid of people like us who remember the past. And just take the kids and raise them up with your loyal people who raised them. That's the only way you would be able to do it.
What did her father do?
I don't know.
Look it up. And by the way, I am assuming that I will end up on the Open Skies watch list as a result of this podcast.
That is crazy, by the way, what happened to Tulsi. The quad S on her boarding pass. Donald J. Harris, the father of Kamala Harris, Jamaican-American economist, professor emeritus at Stanford University, originally from St. Ann's Bay, Jamaica.
What kind of economics?
Known for applying post-Keynesian ideas to development economics. What's post-Keynesian?
I don't know.
Post-Keynesian economics is a school of economic thought with its origins in the general theory of John Maynard Keynes, subsequent development influenced to a large degree by a name I can't pronounce.
Yeah, you think about it, to us, she was just trying to sound, like a leader, like a speech again, like Obama or something. We will be unburdened by what has been. And we all thought this bitch was just loony. The fuck does that even mean? He explains it, you immediately understand once he explains it. Oh, they want this, the whole thing. Everything comes in they got to erase it and either get rid of everybody else or either break them down that where they don't want to say anything. They just put their head down when the new authorities come through. The communists, we just won't say anything so we can get a piece of bread or something and some water. That's why. But I just can't believe nobody's really going to vote for them. But that's just crazy. But anyway, I'm out of here.